Hey everybody, it's Durger time. Welcome again to another episode of Total Extreme Wrestling 2016, Billy Corgan's NWA. Today what we're going to be doing, I think, is just some housekeeping. So if you're looking for another show, wait till Friday. We'll have another one out. It's going to be our big show. It's going to actually be our super card, which should be pretty exciting. But for now, you guys gave me some great picks for some roster. So what I want to do here is do a little quick episode on a little bit of housekeeping. We're going to hire some new people. We're going to look at where everybody's at. We're going to look about where the wrestling world is as well at this time of February 2018 in our save. So let's go ahead. Let's take a look. Like I said, if you're just looking for a show, just wait till next Friday. We'll have another big show. But stick around. This should be pretty fun and be able to get a look at how our business end of NWA is looking, and we'll have some ideas of where we go forward. So I think we'll have fun. Let's go ahead. So we're going to jump ahead here. I just want to see what's going on in the news right now in our world. Let's see. So we just finished our show, which went pretty well. In fact, I think I want to say it was a D+. We'll have to take a look. We're still kind of hemorrhaging money. Anything going on here? Nothing really particularly important to us. Go ahead and check. We're still regional. Right, we're still, I don't want to say hemorrhaging money, but we're not doing great on that end. Currently, as of this month, it was $62,000 in production costs, $37,000 just in workers, and another $35,000 from the show. We're doing well, though. I mean, so we've been doing basically two not pay-per-views, but, like events that we do have a pay-per-view model with the CW. So we are getting some revenue from ticket sales. We're also getting a little bit of revenue from pay-per-view sales. Actually, $12,000 is not bad. It's just about $8,000 per show, which isn't horrible. It's almost on par with half of our sponsorship money. Still, though, we're making... we're still losing about $11,000, and we're not even using some of our heavier hitters. If we look at our roster, we can take a look at who we have here for an overview. So we have James Storm, Stu Bennett, Ryback, Nick Aldis, Eli Drake, and Bobby Lashley, with the most expensive being Ryback and Lashley. Now, we haven't really used a lot of these guys that much, and thankfully they're not too salty about it yet. I know Eli's a little upset from what had happened 2 episodes ago. We gave him a bonus. Hopefully he's still okay and he's fine. So, I mean, I feel like we have enough main eventers, and I don't even know if honestly, I think I personally, I feel like I maybe hired a few too many. I don't know. Am I really going to use Bobby Lashley? My plan is maybe after Nick Aldis and the super card, we move on to... using some of these other guys to get a contendership after Tim Storm Aldis fight. So we will use them. I'd use them sparingly, though, because they cost a lot of money. $2,000 per show for Lashley is a pretty big cost. Now, where I'm looking at, where I feel like we're really weak is, I think our women's division probably could use a few more people. We definitely need some more openers. Josephus as an opener. We got to develop him. We're spending a lot of money on him, actually. He's written, I guess that's kind of weird, but actually, so we're not really spending that much money on him. I don't know how that happened. That's interesting. But I think we could develop him. I think we have to look at maybe hiring somebody today that can benefit from him. Now, if we know the real Josephus from Championship Wrestling, we know he's got his spiritual advisor. So we could hire somebody and make a spiritual advisor. Though typically he's the speaker in those segments. He's usually the one talking. So I kind of want a mouthpiece, though, for him. Or, we are developing something. Obviously, we have his group, the flock of Josephus, is building with Haggis just recently. Maybe perhaps something will happen in the future that we can bundle Josephus and another wrestler together, and we can help develop him, because I do have big plans for him, and I think we can. We have 600 days in this written contract for some reason that we have with him that we can use to hopefully develop him and make him into something. I think we need more lower mid-carders. We need more openers. and I think our upper mid card's a little light. General mid card's pretty good, but if you look at this, a lot of these guys are either tag or Osprey and Skrull are all the junior heavyweights. Rory Gulak is. So we might need to look at developing some people and bringing in. And what I also want to look at is our tag team division, which we had a bit of a scare. Also we have Caitlin and Sigmund is back, so let's go ahead and give them their pushes. Caitlin, what are you recommended here? Well, obviously that would make sense, wouldn't it? That would be a little weird if it wasn't in the women's division. So you are back, and then Sigmund, one half of our current NWA tag teams, is back, and enhancement talent. And this is why, spoilers, we're probably going to take the belts off of Sigmund pretty quickly, because one is an opener and one is enhancement talent, and we need a little bit more prestige for that belt, I think. Speaking of prestige for the belts, let's go ahead and take a look at what our titles are looking at right now. Junior heavyweight is currently vacant completely, so it has not moved up or down. World heavyweight is still at A, which is pretty good with 3 defenses. Not bad. Nick Aldis is still holding it. Will he hold it after Friday's show? We don't know. Tim Storm's going back for it. Obviously, Tim Storm was a previous one. So obviously in the real world, I feel like Colt Cabana has it now. I thought I saw that after some weird events with James Ellsworth. I'm happy to say I think our plan here is to bring bigger prestige to NWA than currently Billy Corgan is in the real world. At least that's the goal. Our momentum is C+, which is pretty strong right now, though our prestige is still pretty low. So let's go ahead and let's go hire some people. Let's just see what our creative meeting is first, actually. Who's our franchise players? Bobby Lashley, Bennett, Storm, Aldis, Eli Drake. Next big thing, Ashley Vox is kind of interesting. I feel like she's weaker on our women's division, but it's not a bad idea. Tenille Dashwood, aka Emma, is, I think, in Ring of Honor now, is a Women's of Honor division. But for this purpose of this show, we have her, which should be pretty good. Fantastic worker, and clearly our creative meeting thinks that she is a hot prospect. Osprey, Skrull, no surprise. Rory Gulak, not really a surprise either. Raven, who's our road agent, we can bring him out for some things, and maybe we'll bring him out for some angles soon. Could be valuable just to have a known face there. Eli Drake, Stu Bennett, Bobby Lashley. I don't like seeing so many of the same people in all these listings. I want a little bit more diversity, I think. Showstoppers, Osprey, Skrull, Storms, yeah. Trent Beretta, hey. All right. That's interesting. And we have him with the tag team with reuniting with Chucky T to be the good friends, best friends. Ring generals, who's hot? Josephus. Momentum on his side. And that's something that, even though he's in his game, what we have him set up right now is that he's not necessarily the best worker. He's not necessarily the best talker yet, and he's definitely being outshone by everybody else. We are booking him with momentum on his side. He is our Roman Reigns, damn it. We will push him we will push him to the moon. I don't care what the audience wants. We will get him there, I promise you. Time Decline is not surprising. And Hidden Gems, do we have any? Did we just freeze? Come on, you can do it. There we go. Hidden Gems in the World: Madison Eagles, Facade, Jordan Cage, Gringo Loco, and Mercedes Mertez. I feel like Mercedes is well known to not necessarily be a hidden gem, but okay. So let's go ahead and let's hire. So we need some. We need some upper mid-carders. We need some lower and openers. What I'm going to do first, I'm going to look for, I think, some openers. And how we're going to do that is we are going to go ahead here, and we'll look to see if we have any young people out there that we can grab. So I kind of want unemployed. Because the other thing is that as we move up the chain, it's very, very possible that these guys are going to get scouted away from us. So if we could develop wrestlers who have some good skill now that are younger, and maybe within their rookie years, let's say first 5 years, and it can work in USA, obviously. If we do that, we might be able to build some loyalty, because in the game, loyalty means that they are less likely to leave your company because basically they feel indebted to you. We could build that young. It's very hard to build that from an older wrestler. Some of them may already have loyalties elsewhere. Oh, you know what? I also want to say, what I'm also looking for is decent in-ring work, actually good in-ring workers, and decent star quality. And the reason why I'm picking both of those is because with the star quality, they'll, I believe, get a bump sooner as they develop in their work, and they have the quote-unquote it. They have whatever it is that you could tell, like, oh yeah, that guy's going to be a star. When you looked at The Rock when he was Rocky Maivia, even though he had that dumb freaking smile from ear to ear, you're like, there's something about him that they're applying himself. He could really be a big deal. And of course, we want some good in-ring workers. Let's see, is there anybody? No. All right, let's go with decent in-ring workers. First 5 years. Anybody? No. Okay. How about this? How about not awful? No. How about anybody? Any. Works for anywhere. Conor McGregor. Will Ospreay. Okay. So, maybe we're not going to find some young talent quite yet that we can poach. Let's move up to maximum years. Anybody here that looks useful that we can grab? Also looking for people that are generally unemployed. What are you looking at? So above average Rumble, very strong performance. You're 8 years pro. He was in the Cruiserweight Classics. What's your popularity? You're not very popular, but you know what? That he could be useful. We're not going to really necessarily be able to grow his skill, but he's starting at a pretty decent, based on what our scouters are looking at. It looks like it's pretty decent. Let's go. Let's see what we can offer you. 400. Yeah, I think we could do that. And what we're going to say is, you are going to be the backbone of our roster. He's probably going to be, we'll give him a 2-year contract, probably be a pretty strong, let's say, I'll keep you 4. No, I want to save a little bit of money. So we'll guarantee downside of $320, $350 per appearance. Let's see if we can get it for him. $380, yeah, we could do that. That's fine. So this way, we'll have maybe a little bit stronger of a backbone. We need some more openers. We need some more jobbers. Just people that we can use to feed other people. And maybe we could build them up later. Very weak, very strong. Sam Alliance. You're already wrestling for someone. Wrestling for CMLL, which I think is the guys that are partnered with New Japan, the Lucha Libre group with New Japan. So you might be okay. What do you... too much money. Too much money for what I want. All right. So we're not finding that many openers that might be worth it here. Let's go ahead and let's look at who we have that's generally unemployed right now. Let's reset it. Unemployed to hire. And we will take a look at... let's see who's well known right now that we can hire. We can't hire any of these guys. We'll go down to regional level, and what I still want is I'm still looking for decent in-ring workers, decent star quality. I also want good, let's say, consistency. Bram. I mean, guys are a little bit much for what I'm looking for. How is the Big Show unemployed? Did the WWE just let him go? Oh man, did we miss that one? Who did they let go recently? That's interesting. I don't think I have many plans, and nor do I think I can even afford him. Too small anyways. So yeah, some of these names on here, like, are we gonna get Rob Van Dam? Very unlikely. He probably is just gonna say you're too small. He's on hiatus even. So CM Punk, the same thing. He's not gonna come back unless he's out of the business. He might come back. I don't know if there's a way without modifying the game if he can come back when he's out of the business, unless you modify it. But otherwise, I think for someone that's on hiatus like Rob Van Dam, I believe you need to be Colt or status or higher, which we are not there yet. Hopefully, once we get to Colt, we can start running a weekly show, and maybe we could bring some of these guys in here. Right now, I'm not looking at anybody here that I'm that interested in. So let's go ahead and let's pull from some of the list of some of the people you guys have talked about. One I saw, I thought was definite was Colt Cabana. The only problem is that he is pretty much everywhere right now, so we're not going to be able to use him that much, and that's going to be a problem for us. Just I kind of want people that don't have a lot of commitments anywhere else. We already have people with a ton of commitments everywhere, but let's see, 1,400. What's your popularity of that? Because the other thing we could do, though, is even if they're not here a lot, we can use their popularity boost to kind of propel us forward, make those big matches, maybe sell out some shows. He's not very popular. I mean, good basics, good psychology. He's been at it forever. I don't know if we need him. So I'm just worried about the downside. What we'll do? We'll give him a 1 year. We'll see if we can get him low. 1,000 per month, and maybe 25. I really doubt he's going to take this, but let's see. 1310. What if I gave you creative control? Did you do 12? Yeah. Okay. I don't think we're going to do anything with you that's going to be shocking. So, I'm willing to give you creative control. This is if you want to know the moment where this all goes off the rails, folks. It was the moment where I gave Colt Cabana creative control. So in a couple weeks, when we look at the death of Billy Corgan's NWA, remember this moment because this is very likely the cause of it. People suggested Rich Swann, which I think he is still available in this game for WWE. We will shortlist him because due to legal reasons, he's out for 37 days, and it's very possible that they will let him go. Let's see who else is. People suggested Mischief for. Is she in here? Very odd. I don't see her. Take a look at that. It's not a bad option for women's division. Ricky Reyes is a great pick, someone said. Good worker. Not very popular, but we can use him as a good muscle, maybe even just to put over people, but great consistency. Not a bad idea. He's only in Lucha Underground, lower mid-carder. Actually cost a little bit more than I expected, but that's fine. Same thing, we'll give him a 1 year contract. We'll always renegotiate later. See if we can get him for 700. 710, yeah, that's fine. No problem, man. We could do that. Jessica Havoc is not a bad option either. Someone suggested. Can't find her. Where are all these people in this? Why am I not finding them? There, no, it's Jimmy Havoc. Jimmy Havoc is not a bad idea either. Except for the fact that you are working literally freaking everywhere, dude. I really want people. He's with Defiant. He's with ICW, IPW, Rev Pro, literally everywhere. Can you even wrestle in? Yeah, you can wrestle in America. Wolfgang might not be a bad idea. Again, still kind of wrestling everywhere, but really strong performances all around. And there's something interesting is that he's wrestling for NXT. He does not have a written contract with them. He's got this weird pay-per-appearance thing. So we can kind of piggyback off of him. As he develops in NXT, they're basically doing the legwork for popularity, which will only make him stronger for us. I like this a lot. He's not active in America. So he could only join WWE because of how large they are. He's just not willing to do it. So I'm still going to shortlist them because in the future, maybe we can do something with them. That really sucks. Can we scout someone? First of all, I'm kind of curious now because clearly they let a bunch of people go. Who is still at WWE? Let's just go with the men first. I know this game can do some funky things with laying off people for the Fed. So, everyone's still pretty... Nothing that surprising there. A lot of people still there. Enzo's not there. I don't know if I want Enzo. See who we want. We're going to shortlist him. I have a feeling that he's going to bounce out of here soon. Same thing with Ty. Like I said, this game purges people sometimes in really weird ways, especially the women. So I find that a lot of the mods that come out for this game sometimes are really funky with how they value the women indies. So like, who do we have here still? Alexa, Bailey, Charlotte. I feel like everyone's still here. Oh, and you know what? There's some of the call-ups from the real world have not happened yet. So, it looks like Kimberly. I have a feeling they're going to drop her in the game, and we will gladly pick her up anytime. Ember Moon, Bianca Belair. Is Heidi Lovelace here? Where is Heidi Lovelace? Did they let you go? No, you're there. Okay, they just changed her name. Also, absolutely one of my favorite wrestlers. I'm privileged enough to live just outside of Philadelphia. I've got to go to a lot of Shakara shows, and some of my favorites have always been Kimberly and Heidi Lovelace. Absolutely fantastic. Got to see actually Heidi Lovelace's last show on the independent circuit in Chikara, which is also Drew Gulak's last day. Really fantastic show, right in the Wrestle Factory. It was a lot of fun. Definitely miss them. It's a shame. Unfortunately, I just don't think they're going to use them the right way, but that's okay. It's good for them. So, now what do we also need? I think is some tag teams. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see who do I have on here that we can pull some extra people in. I don't want to put Ospreay in a tag match. Mike Posey, I have no idea who you are. Adam Page, I feel like I would never be able to get. Well, obviously I'm not going to get Seth Rollins. Obviously I'm not going to get Dana Brooke. Jacobs and Gambana. Well, Jacobs we already have. Gin and Juice. Trent Seven. Do we have Trent Seven? I know we have Tyler Bate. It's not a bad idea. We could bring back Mustache Mountain. Wouldn't that be fun? All right. Now, same thing, though, man. You're wrestling literally freaking everywhere. Really going to be a pain in the butt. Just trying to... Oh, God, you're really costly, too. I don't know if it's worth it. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think for the next show. Is Trent Seven worth putting in just for Mustache Mountain? I'm probably never going to have him appear, it looks like, and he costs a crap load more money than I necessarily am willing to spend right now. Let me know. Also, let me know good tag teams that you want to see from the indie circuit. Actually not a bad option is let's scout over here and let's see. Ricky Reyes might not be bad option. We already selected to scout him, but you in Lucha, he was tagging with Little Cholo as the cartel and the crew. Not a bad option. I bet you're not that. Yeah, you're perfectly in line with what we're looking for the tag division. We need some people just to kind of be the backbone. I'll give you 450. You'll take it. Wonderful. That's fantastic. You know what? Also, I just thought of something. Let's see here. How much does Enzo cost? I'm just curious. Enzo Amore, you're unemployed. Is that shocking? You have law problems and drug problems and personality problems. But you are very popular. Huh. I feel like I'm going to get a lot of heat for this. I'm going to hire Enzo. Holy crap. Oh, man. Enzo Amore, why do you cost so much money? Holy man. Okay. Okay. Let's see what is the lowest I can get Enzo for. I'm going to probably say 17. So let's try 15. Let's try 16. Let's see where we go here. 1 year. Only going to put you for 1 year, dude. Oh, downside's too low. Okay. Huge amount of popularity. You know, it's a little risky, especially with his law problems, but 1,800. Oh, man. Let's do it. Let's do it. 1880, huh? Okay. It's going to be expensive, but incredibly strong on the microphone. Very popular, if not necessarily a good wrestler. Average in-ring performances, but man can the dude talk, and if I can keep him away from law problems, he could be the ratings boost that we need to push up a little bit. Not a bad idea. Also, Tejano, someone recommended, is an absolute no-brainer. A little pricey, but not that bad. Can I get you? I'm going to put another 1 year contract. Can I get you for $950? $1040? Yeah, that's fine. That's no problem. Great worker. Very easy pick. Since we're doing Enzo, you know, let's get can't find Big Cass on here. Might, at the very least, just put him in the watch list. You know, same thing, actually. As I feel like English is not long for this world in this mod. Colin Cassidy, same thing. I have a suspicion that you might get bounced out, and if that's the case, you know, we could really use you. Speaking of which, Simon Grimm, where are you working? Just one show. Only cost $900. Could be a good mid-carder for us. Though I'm starting to feel like we're building a league of heels. But we might be able to do something to work with. $850. Yeah, it's fine. I feel like I need one more tag team too. Have you ever? No, you never tagged with anybody else, huh? Let's see. Yeah. Anybody I can scout from? You know what? Let me see. What's going on in Chikara Land? What do you got over there? You got a lot of tag teams over there. No. Some of these guys are just real bad. Mike Verna. They're wrestling for a lot of people, though. Battleground Championship Wrestling outside of Philly. I also added some smaller feds in here, in case you're wondering. I think I have like Hood Slam and BCW and a couple smaller ones. I just always felt like this mod didn't have that local level competition, especially if you're playing something like like a Road to Glory or something like that, where you need a lot of those smaller companies. It's nice to have some of them in there. Again, if you guys think we should add some in the future, let me know. But I added a few, not maybe a handful. You're with Silverhawk, right? His physical abilities, strong, in-ring average. Hello, Wicked. That'd be a little weird. Because I think secretly, isn't he Mike Quackenbush? Spoilers. Could I hire Chikara Zoner to wrestle for me in the mid card? Would be a little weird, I suppose. Might be interesting though. There might be some people in here that we could take though. That could be interesting. I like Icarus a lot. I don't think his skills are that great, though. I don't know if he would actually be that useful for us. And he's getting on. Age decline is going to start hitting soon. It might not be a great idea. We'll grab Verna. Verna's going to be cheap, and it looks like he has a tag team partner. We will find him. 350 is fine. His performances are strong, and he classify him as a young lion, so we actually could use him and maybe develop him. He might be able to get him some loyalty to us, and maybe we could develop him too. And then Adam O'Reiner or Rex Lawless. Let's go take a look and see. Rex Lawless, 27, also young lion, also only wrestling for Chikara. What's your skills like? Strong performance, strong physical, and average entertainment, and strong in ring. Yeah, absolutely. Come on board, man. 300. Oh, beautiful. Oh, could I ask for anything more? Yeah, actually I can. I'm going to give you a downside of 200, and we're going to lowball you at 250, and I'll give you a 2-year contract. How about that? Downside. Okay, fine. Here, 220. Oh, you need 290, huh? Okay, fine. Done. All right, so we got a few extra people, one extra tag team. Not bad options. We'll have to see if they actually show up. Definitely got a lot of people on the short list, but I think overall that might flush us out nicely. Still need a few more upper mid carders, but honestly, I have a suspicion that if we play our cards right, I can move these guys from the mid card up. And then I think we've gotten enough openers now that we'll fill flush. So that's it for today, guys. Again, if you got any suggestions for extra people we can add, or extra tag teams specifically, I would like to develop that a little bit more. I think we're at a good starting ground here. Thanks for joining me. Like I said, this Friday we'll have the next show up, so look out for that. But anyways, thanks for joining me. I'll see you guys around.